Talking to camera feels awkward at first, but there are a couple of things that you can do to make it much easier. And in this video, I'm gonna show you 5 tips that will help you feel less awkward when you talk in front of a camera. So tip number 1 is to look directly into the lens of the camera. Turn off the screen, close the screen, don't look at the screen. A lot of people make the mistake to keep watching themselves, and that's very distracting. And also, if you're watching the screen instead of the lens, you're not gonna be able to create that connection with the viewer. So the most important thing is to look directly inside the lens, and that will make things even much easier because you don't see yourself and you will not be worried about the way you look, so you can concentrate completely on delivering your message and talking to the lens. Tip number 2 is to actually thinking that the camera is another person and you're having a conversation with that person. That will help you talking more direct and feel less awkward, because I get it. It's very hard at first to staring at a lens and just pretend that you are talking to an actual person. But when the video is gonna be published and when somebody's gonna watching it, they are feeling like you are talking to them personally. It's a one-on-one conversation. So always imagine that you are talking to one single person, and that will help you create a much better connection between you and the viewer. Tip number 3, and this is something that I sometimes overlook myself, is to speak slowly than you normally would. I tend to talk too fast, and because now I'm telling you this, I'm trying to slow down a little bit, because when you slow down, you can actually give time to who is watching to process what you're saying. Pauses are very important, and if you know how to use them, they can elevate what you're saying in a much deeper way. If you look at, I don't know, one example that I have, the first that comes to my mind was President Obama making his speeches. He's using pauses to create tension and to emphasize what he's saying, and that's much more powerful than just throwing out words one after the other and the viewer doesn't even have the time to process what you're saying. So slow down, it's okay. You're gonna be able to deliver your message much clearly, and it's gonna be received in a much better way. And if you think that there is too much pause between one word and the other, you can actually fixing it while you edit your video, and you can just reduce the pause. That's totally fine. Tip number 4 is to don't memorize everything word by word. I always try to avoid following a script, especially from a teleprompter, because if you don't know how to read properly from a teleprompter, you kind of sound very robotic and people can see that you're actually reading, and it's not gonna create that connection. The most important thing about video is to be able to be personal, to create that connection. So if you read out word by word, it's gonna feel disconnected. So have some bullet points. Sure, you can have a couple of bullet points. In fact, now I'm reading out from my computer, but that's just to help me remember the order of things that I want to say. But then I'm gonna develop those points with my own words, and I'm gonna try to add my personal experience or my personal knowledge to those points. Tip number 5 is to practice. Before I started doing this YouTube channel, what I did when I was driving and nobody was watching me, because that's another thing that kind of try to avoid. It's always to film when I'm alone, when nobody can hear me, because I don't know, I kind of shy away from this whole talking in front of a camera. So when I was driving, I was just recording myself on my phone while I was driving, and I didn't need necessarily to look into the camera. It was just a way for me to start talking while I was recording myself and watching me back, so I could understand my voice intonation, my speed, where I should improve things, what was good, what was bad, and that actually helped me to feel less awkward the first time that I actually started recording for YouTube. That experience of trying every now and then with the phone while I was driving, it gave me a little bit more confidence, and that really helped me a lot. And that's it for this video. So if you're starting and you want a simple instruction to film your first video, I created a completely free YouTube starter kit guide that will help you step by step recording your first video in no time. In this guide you can find tips on camera placement, sentences that you can use when you feel stuck or when you don't know how to start, and I can guarantee you that if you follow those simple steps, you can start recording straight away. So as I said, it's completely free. Just take it from the description box below, and I'm very curious to see what you created when you follow that guide. So that's it from me now, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.